You're running scared and you don't even know it. That's the secret nobody talks about. Not your shoes, not your playlist, not some magic interval workout you saw on Instagram. It's fear sitting in your nervous system, tightening your stride every single time your foot hits the ground. And it's making you tired before you've even earned it. Here's the thing that's going to bug you for the rest of this video. You've probably watched someone run past you. Same pace, same hill, same miserable humidity, and they looked like it cost them nothing. Like their body was in on a joke you weren't invited to. You told yourself it was genetics. Maybe it was talent. Maybe they just started running younger. And maybe, deep down, you told yourself it just wasn't going to be you. That's the lie. That's the one we're pulling apart today. Let's do the reality check, because I'm not here to hype you up with nothing behind it. There's a well-known study out of the University of Colorado, the kind sports scientists still cite when they talk about running economy, and it found something almost insulting to how most runners train. Two athletes with nearly identical VO2 max, the number everybody obsesses over, the engine size number, can have wildly different race times. Up to 30% different oxygen cost at the same pace. Same engine, different mileage. That means the guy blowing past you doesn't necessarily have bigger lungs. He's just not wasting oxygen fighting himself with every step. Sit with that for a second. 30%. That's not a rounding error. That's the difference between finishing strong and finishing on the curb with your hands on your knees. So if it's not raw fitness, what is it? It's tension. Actual, physical, measurable tension. In your shoulders, your jaw, your fists, your hips, burning fuel that should be going into forward motion. You ever notice how kids run? Loose, sloppy, almost stupid looking, and fast, because they haven't learned yet to brace for impact. You have. Every bad run, every "I'm not a real runner" thought, every time your calf tightened up at mile 4 and you panicked, your body remembers. It starts clenching before you even need it to. That's not weakness. That's a nervous system doing its job a little too well. Here's a number that should mess with you a bit. Elastic energy return from your Achilles tendon and arch, the stuff your foot does for free, the spring mechanism built into you before you ever laced up a shoe, can return somewhere around 50% of the energy from your landing back into your next stride. 50%. For free. Your body is designed to be efficient, almost lazy in a good way, but tight, guarded, fear-based running overrides that spring. You clamp down, you brace, you turn a free bounce into a stomp, and then you wonder why your legs feel like wet cement by mile 6. Now here's a question worth sitting with while you drive to work tomorrow. What if the runners who look effortless aren't actually trying less? What if they've just stopped trying to control everything? Because that's what tension really is. It's control. It's your brain saying, I don't trust this pace, this hill, this body, so I'm going to grip everything just in case. And gripping doesn't protect you. It taxes you. I want you to think back to your last hard run, not your best one, your honest one. The one where somewhere around the middle you started gritting your teeth. Maybe your shoulders crept up toward your ears. Maybe your hands balled into fists like you were bracing for a fight instead of running a route you've done 50 times. That's not toughness. People love to tell you gritting through pain is the mark of a real runner. It's not. It's a leak. Every ounce of energy spent white-knuckling your way through a workout is energy stolen from your actual performance. Let's talk solution, and I promise this isn't going to sound like a physical therapy pamphlet. It's simpler and weirder than that. Elite coaches have runners do what's basically a full-body audit, mid-run, on a loop, not once, every few minutes. Jaw, is it clenched? Drop it. Shoulders, are they up by your ears? Shake them down. Hands. Are you making fists like you're mad at the pavement? Open them. Flick your fingers like you're shaking off water. Sounds almost too small to matter. It matters more than your shoe upgrade did. There's a reason marathoners talk about relaxing into the pain instead of fighting it, and it's not some Zen nonsense. It's mechanical. A tense muscle is a muscle working against itself, contracting the mover and the opposer at the same time, burning double for the same output. Loosen the grip, and suddenly you're not fighting your own body on top of fighting the course. You're just fighting the course. That alone can feel like someone gave you a second wind you didn't train for. Here's the part most people skip, and it's the part that actually changes races. Fear doesn't just live in your muscles, it lives in your pace decisions. You ever start a long run too fast because you're scared of feeling slow? Or hold back on a strong day because you're scared of blowing up later? That's not strategy. That's anxiety wearing running shoes. The runners who look calm mid-race usually aren't calmer people. They've just made peace with discomfort ahead of time, so their body isn't ambushed by it mid-stride. You brace less when you're not surprised. Let me hit you with something you probably haven't heard framed this way. Discomfort at mile 18 isn't a sign something's wrong. It's the plan working. Your body's supposed to hurt there. The runners who fall apart aren't the ones who feel it. They're the ones who panic when they feel it. And panic is expensive. It spikes tension. Tension spikes oxygen cost. Oxygen cost spikes fatigue. You just built the exact spiral that ends with you walking the last 2 miles. And it started with a thought, not a muscle. So here's the aha moment, the one I actually want stuck in your head on your next run. You've been treating your body like the enemy, like something to overpower, to grind through, to white knuckle into submission. But your body isn't fighting you. It's protecting you. Maybe a little too aggressively, but that's the job it thinks it has. The second you stop treating discomfort like an emergency, your body stops treating it like one too. Loosen the jaw. Drop the shoulders. Open the hands. Let the hips move. That's it. That's the secret. It was never a secret at all. It was permission. Permission to stop bracing for a fight that was never actually happening. Next time you head out, don't ask yourself how fast you can go. Ask yourself how loose you can stay while going that fast. Different question, different result. Watch what happens to your last mile when your first 4 weren't spent clenched like you were expecting the ground to attack you. But loosening up is only half the equation. And there's a mistake almost every single one of you is making without realizing it. Something so small and so common that fixing it alone could shave real time off your next race without adding a single extra workout. That's what we're breaking down next time. If you correct this one simple error, you will run faster with less effort. Not more training, less wasted motion. That's next. If this hit home, hit subscribe so you don't miss it. Drop a like if you finally understand why that one runner makes it look easy. Comment where you're watching from. I want to see how far this reaches. Share it with the running buddy who grinds through every mile like it's a punishment. And if you want deeper breakdowns like this one, membership links pinned in the comments. See you in the next one.